Do you ever do that thing when you put on a pair of pants and you find in the pocket stuff that you haven't seen in ages? Well, I did the other day and I found out that I had some money there, a British £10 note. I had a euro from when I went to Seville with Javier Benitez to film with him, a business card from my tattoo appointment, and a dollar bill. And this was from Magic Live 2019, I think, and I went there for my honeymoon. So watch the dollar bill and watch the window in the £10 note. I'm going to try and do something pretty incredible. If I just wave that dollar bill, you'll see it actually completely vanishes from all of the notes, which doesn't go very far. Look, it travels all the way back into my pocket where it began, the dollar bill. Yo, welcome back to another Tutorial Tuesday. I love this trick so much. I'm hardly going to say another word before I teach it to you. Just know that if you would like to win the very gimmick that I show you how to make in today's video, then all you need to do is make sure you're subscribed to the channel and comment anything you like down below. Now let's go and learn all about how to do this trick. The reason I love this trick so much is that it's so organic, it's a perfect everyday carry, and it's got a relative sort of point that people can sort of relate to. And what I mean is, by saying, oh, do you ever like put on a coat and find that you've got money in the pocket? Well, I did that too, and I have all these bills. Oh, I have this business card. And I think it's sort of immediately interesting from the get-go. And because you can talk about each object, you can use anything you like. You can use receipts, you can use business cards, you can use appointment cards, whatever you've got. And you can sort of just start to engage with your audience a little bit before going off to show them a visual piece of magic. And what I like about this effect as well is that it's a full circle trick. So there's a beginning, there's a middle, and an end. And it's an entire sort of mini routine where they see everything, that you tell them why it's interesting. The magic happens, and then immediately it ends somewhere else. And it doesn't have to be your pocket. You can make that bill transpose anywhere you like. So it's incredibly easy to make. I don't overkill this at all. You're going to be able to make it in minutes. And then it's incredibly easy to perform when you've got lots of options to make that vanish visual. So I'm literally going to stop rambling on. Let's learn how to make it. The gimmick is this. It's so easy to make. I'm not even going to show you a step-by-step. You just need a couple of magnets and some tape. But essentially what it does is when you fold a bill, you can use this business card to make the bill vanish. And this is what I do. In case you didn't guess already, you magicians out there, this is essentially the gimmick. And how I make it is by taking a business card and taping two magnets at the top on the back. These are disc magnets. The link for the ones that I use is in the description below or on screen, either side. I don't know where it is. I don't cover them. If you want to, you can cover this business card with another business card to hide them. I do not bother because they just look like they're part of the design. It's entirely up to you. Then I take a bill and a duplicate business card and cut out the shape of it to fit perfectly over the folded up bill into quarters, just like that. And then the only caveat is that in between this layer right here, I've placed two magnets that are going to eventually line up with these two magnets and keep the unit all squeezed tight together. And I've also placed one loose magnet sort of outside here. And that allows me to place the bill. And you'll notice I don't even cover it. I keep it on the outside because they never see that part of the bill. But this allows me to align this on the business card before the vanish happens, and that just then makes it much easier to get everything square when you're going to make the vanish occur. So essentially this is it. There's a magnet here, a magnet on the bill, and when this folds over, the magnet here will pin it all closed. There's also one magnet in this position and one magnet, just one magnet in this layer of between the business card cutout and the bill right there. And that's it. It's just tape and magnets. There's no thread, no wire. It's super easy to make. I don't even need to run you through it, but just remember, two on the back of a regular business card, cut out a duplicate, stick it on top, in between the layers using double stick tape, align some magnets so they'll be in the right place, and then I place one in the corner just so that it helps me align this note here. And from this point, you can do anything you want to make the bill vanish. You can play with different presentations and different ways of doing it. But in essence, that is the entire thing. And I'm now going to teach you how to perform the routine and how to get a really nice visual that looks like you're just waving the bill away. So you want to set up like this. First things first, take a duplicate bill and place it anywhere you like. Now, I like to place it in my pocket. I think it makes the effect come full circle. but you can have it transposed anywhere. And a nice tip is that you can false call the serial number. So on this bill, the serial number ends in 01B. I can literally just say, okay, I've got a bill here and it ends in 01B. It doesn't, but I can just say that. And that later on will confirm it's the same bill. So I have my gimmick bill now in my hands. I place the business card on top, and you'll notice the two magnets are pointing to my left, okay? And the corner of the business card is pointing towards me and to my right, so basically into my palm. And then I take two more bills and place them on top, and I'll tell you the reason why these are so important right now. Because in a moment, when everything's folded up, it's not going to be perfect, but these bills become camouflage, and you'll see exactly what I mean in just a moment. But here's what happens. I now start to reverse count everything. So I can show the euro, the 10, or I can do the 10 and the euro. It's really up to you. But I think this is a good conviction, and it makes sense, and everyone has that instance where they find money in their pocket so they can relate to it. So I show the 10, the euro, I then place and you'll notice that the magnet might want to stick, but if you just slide it off, there's no sound. I then show the business card, and finally I overlay the bill on top, and you'll notice that magnet is now going to go to work, and it's going to line it up here. And what happens is you'll see that this is really like overhanging, this is outjogged. So it kind of makes sense to fold it up just to keep things compact, just so it looks sort of not too big. And that's a good excuse to fold it up. So this overhang here, you're like, oh, let's move that out of the way, you know? Now I'm going to reach under and pull out a bill. So I got this £10 note, and I like the fact they have the window. It feels like kind of maybe more magical. And the important tip here is that I'm not going to hold the bill, but rather I'm going to hold the business card that allows that bill to sort of be free to move. Okay, so I'm going to hold the business card. That's what I'm gripping. Now I can execute the vanish, and all you want to do is make sure that this bill is not angled, which it can be, but I prefer to have it straight on because it's going to make my life easier in a moment. As I come up now, I'm going to basically wave this bill like a paintbrush, like a magical gesture. But the first time I do it, my fingers are going to reach under, and they're just going to close it like a book, okay? But what's nice is that because you're covering about half of this bill, they don't see that this is so far closed by the time you're about to make it vanish quickly. So let me just show you here. I can cover this. I can bring this right up here so that makes that change even quicker. Boom. Just like that. Okay? Now, this is where these other bills come into play. I'm using a darker business card to hide any lines, and you'll notice that the business card is writing along it, and that is to hide the crease mark. If this was a plain white business card, it would be pretty obvious. But because it's not, it hides the design really well. But if you look at this angle here, you'll see that that's quite obviously not a normal business card. But if I sandwich it between these two bills, suddenly it's much harder to tell. It just looks camouflaged. The paper sort of blends in. There's too much going on for the eye to focus on. And you look really, really clean. So let me just show you really quickly the notes at the back. I'll set my bill up. I come out. I lay it on top. I let that magnet click into the corner and fold it up. I bring this £10 note up. I say, watch. I'm gonna use the window to let you see what happens. Really quickly, it looks just like this. The other nice detail is that this sound covers the sound of the clicking of the magnets. So listen, right? You can hear it like that. But now, because I'm doing this, it covers the sound really nicely. And at this point, I'm here, boom, it's gone. I can display this front and back. I can come over, I can flash this. I don't care about the magnets, but it's up to you. I can flash this, I can flash this. I can show everything, and now they're not going to get much chance to look, because as Rory Adams taught me in his blog at oneahead.com, that if you just make something vanish, people will want to search for it. But if you make that something that's vanished go somewhere, it brings the effect full circle, and it gives them a new answer. It gives them an answer and tells them they don't need to look over here anymore, because this is where it ends up. So then all that's left to do is just reveal this from the pocket, and you have yourself an everyday carry, really organic, visual piece of magic that you can carry with you anytime, anywhere, and it's super duper easy to perform. And of course, you do not have to use the £10 note to make it vanish. You can do a bunch of different things. You can just say, watch the bill as it completely vanishes, and it actually jumps all the way to my pocket. And the faster you can sort of not rush and try to run away from it, but the faster you can make it vanish and then appear somewhere, the less likely they are to want to inspect everything, because they just can't process it all. And that's how to perform the effect. Hope you guys all enjoyed that. Hope you get some mileage out of it. Just think, it's the summer, you're not wearing a lot, you're not carrying big heavy jackets, you can't carry much magic on you, but to put that business card, the dollar, in your pocket, or just money, paper money, no wallet needed, it's pretty perfect for an EDC. And like I said, you can do this anywhere, anytime. And because it's so easy to do, and it's a nice piece of magic, it has a reason, it has a visual element, and it has an ending, then you've got this piece of magic that makes you look like a pro, and really you're doing some really easy moves to make this happen. I just think it's a really fun piece of magic, and it's so easy to do that you can just make it up at home right now. If you don't have the magnets, get them in the description below from Amazon. They're just neodymium disc magnets. Make it up, and you can carry this with you forever, because I don't think it's going to wear out, and if it does, make another one in a few minutes. Like I said, if you want to win my gimmick though, if you literally cannot be bothered to make your very own, then all you have to do is make sure you're subscribed to the channel and comment something hilarious down below, and I will pick a winner by next Tutorial Tuesday's video, message you, and fire it off to you anywhere you are in the world. So I've been Lloyd, thank you all for tuning in. I'll be with you next time on Thursday for another episode of Fooler. And this one is the fooler of all foolers, that are going to fool the people that thought they knew the foolers and how they worked. And when I exposed how they worked, I'm designing this one to fool you guys as well. Stay tuned. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you all very, very soon. Peace.